Wait a second. Okay. Okay, so we are recording. We are live now. Sangeeta ji, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mithun. Good afternoon, all. My name is Sangeeta. On behalf of the Heritage Consortium Patna, Heritage Restore New Delhi, Rudra Conservation and Preservation India Private Limited Patna, and Virasatam New Delhi, I welcome you all to this one-day virtual seminar on the challenges and opportunities of cultural institutions in future era. I would first like to thank my associates and organizing partners who have been instrumental in giving shape to this seminar. The first organizing partner is the Heritage Consortium based in Patna. Was established in 2011. It provides heritage management and consultancy services, successfully delivering 100 plus projects in India. The projects include museum development, conservation, restoration, digitization, documentation of antiquities and art objects, design and conceptualization of exhibitions and galleries, display design of artworks, fabrication of showcases, dioramas, exhibition panels, etc. It has been prominent in the heritage sector for the last 10 years. Mr. Vibhash Kumar is the director of the Heritage Consortium. Another associate partner is Heritage Restore New Delhi, which aims to protect, conserve, and promote Indian heritage. The organization supports institutions, groups, and individuals in the field of culture, heritage, and museology in the form of planning and conceptualizing exhibitions, creating databases, conducting creative events, seminars, and workshops, research work, publication, and preparation of project reports, as well as providing practical and technical support. Asfar Ahmed is the president of Heritage Restore. The third partner is Rudra Conservation and Preservation Private India Limited. Rudra works in the field of preservation and conservation of natural resources, cultural properties, and museum collections, art galleries, archives, libraries, and other cultural and academic institutions and archaeological sites also. So they are also in the business of IT solution, data management, data processing, software development, inventory management, social media management, documentation of tangible and intangible heritage, and records management solutions, graphic design, event planning, and project management. And the fourth organizing partner is Virasatam New Delhi. Virasatam is a group of experts dedicated to promoting and enriching the field of museum heritage education. Virasatam specializes in museum establishment and exhibition development, cultural education, research and publication, tourism, ecotourism, conservation and preservation, marketing, and PR. Now, we are also glad to have our wonderful speakers today, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Singh from National Museum, Mr. Agni Bhatt from Heritage Transport Museum, and Mrs. Sushmita Mantri from Odisha State Museum, who were really kind enough to spare their valuable time at such a short notice. Your presence and your thoughts will add great value and new perspective to this talk. We welcome you all. I also welcome all the participants who are attending this webinar live from different parts of the country. we would have really loved to have you all present in one place, but the circumstances are such that we have to make do with this virtual platform. Now, it is a big challenge for all of us to interact like this when we are so used to have one-to-one contact between us. And the topic of this seminar is also very similar, to talk about the new challenges we are facing as a society, especially we all who are working in the field of heritage and culture. Now, to talk about the theme of this seminar, uh, the how can we start? Actually, the pandemic is really haunting us, and it is threatening our very survival. And we all know, when it comes to survival, preserving our heritage and culture becomes our last priority. So, with the shutdown of most of the social activities and health related issues among people in general, the public oriented institutions are really facing an unprecedented challenge of losing their audience, which are so vital for their existence. So, the purpose of this seminar is to bring forward the ideas and recognize the impact of this pandemic on heritage and cultural institutions and museums in India. Here we will be discussing its effects, especially with reference to the preservation, management, accessibility, and how we are going to rebuild our infrastructure, which will safeguard our tangible and intangible culture from any human catastrophe. So, with this virtual seminar, we will be exploring the prospect of survival, worthiness, and consolidation of our cultural properties in future society. Now, before starting, we would also like to give one last information, that we are planning to make this event a weekly affair, happening on every Saturday. So we will have our next webinar coming up on 5th of June, and next post that 12th of June, and so on. So we request everybody to participate similarly in the upcoming webinars. Now we are going to have 20 to 25 minutes of each talk session and 10 minutes for question and answer session. So, not taking any more time, I would like to first introduce our first speaker of the day, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Singh. Sanjeev ji is an archaeologist and museologist. He has worked with National Museum New Delhi for the longest time. He has multiple degrees in archaeology, museology, journalism, and Korean language. And he has received professional training from Vienna, UK, and Seoul, South Korea. He did his PhD from Jamia. He has been deputed by Government of India as an expert to various countries like Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Belgium, Germany, France, UK, and USA. And he has authored and co-authored many books. To name a few, there are a few books I'm going to name. Man in the Paleolithic Age, Glory, that was Harappan civilization, Indian bronzes from the National Museum collection, Paleolithic Age, Buddhist art in the National Museum, etc. Besides, he has also published hundreds of research papers in national and international journals. So today, Sanjeev sir will himself tell us about what he's going to talk about, something which he thinks is very crucial to today's topic. So without wasting time, Sanjeev sir, over to you.
थैंक यू संगीता जी, धन्यवाद आपका. बिफोर वी एंटर इन द सब्जेक्ट, हम लोग पहले विषय में प्रवेश करें, उसके विषय में समझ लेते हैं हम लोग कि चैलेंजेस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज ऑफ कल्चर इंस्टीट्यूशन इन फ्यूचर एरा. बट व्हाई दिस इज सेलेक्टेड? and why this topic has been given to us, and why we are here to talk. So these are the things we have to keep in our mind, that we have challenges, one word, opportunity, the second word, and the third is the cultural institution, and the final coming for what? That is the future air. So we have the combination of four words. हम लोग चार शब्दों के बीच में चलेंगे और इन चार शब्दों के साथ यात्रा करेंगे. We'll go ahead with that, and obviously we have time span is 20 to 22 minutes for that. So I will try to sum up. But I don't want to go in the deep, because it is such a things. Everybody is talking, nobody is talking about who is what. कौन क्या है इसके विषय में जानकारी नहीं है, लेकिन चर्चा करते हैं. और इस चर्चा के विषय में मेरा अपना मानना है, what exactly I think, it's my personal opinion, that many people know about talk about the culture but don't know the culture. Everybody talk about the heritage, they don't know the heritage. Everybody talk about the culture institution, but they don't define the culture institution. Everybody talk about the responsibility of the cultural institution, but they are not doing justice to that. So in this first series, I have been told by requested by Vivas, who is my student also, that कि सर ऐसा कुछ करिए कि लोग समझें, और ये मैं परिचय करवाने का काम कर रहा हूँ. No, so this lecture is an introductory lecture to the visitors, and those who will be coming online or offline, they can understand what is what and how it should be looked in. So मैं आपको आपका परिचय उस बिंदु से करवाना चाहता हूँ कि जो समय विषय में प्रवेश करने की विषय, how you enter in the subject. अगर सब्जेक्ट को नहीं जानते हैं, हम में से कुछ लोग जो प्रोफेशनल हैं वो जानते हैं, लेकिन बहुत से वक्ता, बहुत से श्रोता, बहुत से दर्शक ऐसे हैं जो कि बोलते तो हैं लेकिन जानते नहीं है. जैसे कि मैं आपको उदाहरण देता हूँ कि while I was working on a book, सोलह सिंगार, everybody is talking. कोई भी गाना ऐसा ले लीजिए सिनेमा का जिसमें उसकी चर्चा नहीं है, कोई भी गीत ऐसा ले लीजिए लोकगीत जिसमें सोलह सिंगार की चर्चा नहीं है. और जब मैं लोगों से पूछता रहा, विशेषज्ञों से और लोगों से, कि भाई ये सोलह सिंगार है क्या, तो कोई नहीं बता पा रहा है. तो कहने का मतलब समाज में वो चीजें वर्तमान है. Everything is in existence, but you are not acquainted and you have to know it. So this is my purpose. With this note, I am starting. Thank you. So I am second. I will request the second slide, please. Can you show my slides? Can you show my slides?
Sir, Mithun.
Yes, can. Next slide, please. Mithunji, next. Yeah, next. Yes. So this slide, next, first, before that. Go back. Yes, please. Go back, go forward. Yes, stay. रुकिए यहाँ, रुक जाइएगा यहाँ. अब ये स्लाइड देखने में कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं बोलता है ये स्लाइड. अगर आप इसके फोटोज को देखेंगे तो ये अपने आप में ये चार जो शब्द थे आपके पास, ये चारों को डिनोट करते हैं. It represents the four. So they are the representations. Here you can see that on the top in the left corner you have a monument, and that is the greatest one of the greatest monument known as the Bikramshila Mahavihar, the ancient university of one of the ancient university of the India, situated in the Bikramshila, Antichak, Kahalgaon, Bhagalpur in Bihar. So it is a view of that, and side in that you can see a rising sun is there. You can see it's a symbolism. Rising sun is there, so that if there is a challenge to how to maintain this, so rising sun is giving us the scope that there is a scope that we can do that. And within this, you can see that the Ganga is flowing, and the Ganga is covered by a setu, a bridge. So we the professional have the responsibility to make a bridge between the culture institution and the challenges. So this is the first slide I have shown you with this note, and it symbolizes the what exactly we are going to talk. Next, please. Yes. So first we know that what is a heritage. Heritage is the full range of inherited traditions, monuments, objects, and culture. Most important, it is a range of contemporary activities meanings and behavior that we draw from them. Heritage includes, but is much more than preserving, excavating, displaying, or restoring a collection of old things. It is both tangible and intangible, in the sense that ideas and memories of songs, recipes, language, dances, and many other elements of who we are in how we are identify ourselves are as important as historical building and archaeological sites. Heritage is a contemporary activity with far-reaching effects. It can be an element of far-sighted urban and regional plan. It can be the platform for the political recognition, a media of intellectual dialogue, a means of ethical reflection, and the potential basis for the local economic development. It is a simultaneously local and particular global and shared. This is what is exactly heritage is. So I have given you the just glimpse to what is heritage. Next, please. Next, please. So what is a culture? Ultimately, we are going to challenges, opportunities for the cultural institutions. So heritage, in the broad frame of the heritage, many things comes, and culture is one. Here the culture, if we define the culture, the term culture is a most comprehensive sense, refers to diverse creative activities, literature, art, visual and performing, and various forms of artistic self-expression by the individual or by the communities which give a sense of purpose of human existence. At the same time, these activities provide the reflective poise and energy essentially to the maturing of a good society. Thus, culture refers to a very wide range of activities in which individual and communities and perpetually engaged in the course of their social evolution and development. So here you have the culture. It therefore constitutes an integral part of social and political existence of human beings, and cultural activities interacts with the constituent part of the entire gamut of the activities in which human being is engaged as a social, economic, and political being. In the culture constitute the sublime expression of the way of life of the consciousness evolved in livelihood struggle of individuals in any given social order. So what is exactly the culture is? Next we come, what are the culture institutions? So just introductory, I'm giving just introduction. It is like that we are giving a first lecture to the student of the college. So I know I know the audience. I have been given the certain amount of feedback that audience will be the common people also, those who are interested in cultural world, that those who have the affiliation with the heritage, and the common people also. So here we have given you the heritage, we have given you the definition of the culture, and now we can define what are the cultural institutions. Cultural institution includes, without limitation, aquaria, botanical societies, historical societies, land conservation organization, libraries, museums, performing arts association, or societies, scientific societies, wildlife conservation organization, and geological societies, etc. So these are falling in the category of frame of the cultural institution. And for whom you have the challenge? For these institutions, you have the challenges. And you have to, if you have the challenges, how the opportunities will be availed to, then we'll go for the, why is relevance important of the cultural institution. So if we go for the culture relevance of the cultural institutions should make use of these technologies to portray the curate the exhibits in new inventive way to ultimately staying relevant in today's as will mean finding new audience, creating new community and social space using technology in creative and effective ways and generating revenue. So this is a cultural institution. So now we are what are the main function of the cultural institution? Institutions. Next, please. Next slide. इसके बाद वाला नेक्स्ट, ये मैंने बोल दिया था. नेक्स्ट यस. नो. हम लोग नेक्स्ट आएंगे, इसके बाद वाले में आएंगे. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. Yes. So what are the main function of the cultural institutions? What are the main function? इसके पहले वाले में चले जाएं. Yes. बस थोड़े से क्लियर रुकेंगे. Institutions unite people and groups. They maintain utility and harmony in society by providing unified patterns of behavior that is followed by all members despite diversities. तो हमारा क्या है, व्हाट आर द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ द कल्चरल इंस्टीट्यूशन? ये है कि इंस्टीट्यूशन यूनाइट पीपुल, लोगों को जोड़ना है, एंड ग्रुप्स, ये जो समूह हैं उनको अपने साथ जोड़ना है. द मेंटेन यूनिटी एंड हार्मोनी, एक आपस में सामंजस्य और एक हार्मोनी, एक समुच्चय करना है इन सोसाइटी बाय प्रोवाइडिंग यूनिफाइड पैटर्न्स ऑफ बिहेवियर दैट इज फॉलोड बाय ऑल मेंबर डिस्पाइट डाइवर्सिटी. सो दिस इज द फंक्शन. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. where next, इसके बाद वाले में स्लाइड में चले जाएंगे. why are the cultural institutions important? Cultural इसके पहले विनीत जी, हाँ यहाँ रुकेंगे. Cultural institution, why are the cultural institution important? Cultural institution provide roles to individuals. The cultural institution assign role of their members based on their age and other yardsticks. Family assigns relationship based on the age. Similarly, cultural institution assign role to members by defining their relationship. So this is a very important to understand why are cultural institution important. Next, इसके बाद जाएंगे next में yeah. Yes. So how does social and cultural institution affect personality formation? This is based on the fact that cultural institution would tend to raise individuals with the community values, social norms, habits, as well as effective social structures. In other words, they tend to build an individual's personalities in different angles and ways, hence enhancing personal growth. Next, please. अगले में चले जाएं. हाँ, इसके बाद चले जाएं. नेक्स्ट. तो क्योंकि समय की सीमा है इसलिए मैं जल्दी कुछ बोलूंगा. तो so as I have told, I have given you the certain introduction to the what is heritage, what is the culture, what is the cultural institution, what is the role of the cultural institution, how it affects the society. The cultural institution, how they play a vital role in making a society or enhancing the glory of the society for the future area. So these are the museum is one. So I will skip. Next, please. नेक्स्ट में आ जाएंगे. चैलेंजेस बिफोर, जहां इसके बाद चले आएंगे, इसके बाद आईकॉम के बाद जी. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड चले जाएंगे. यस, रहने दीजिए. चैलेंजेस बिफोर कल्चर इंस्टीट्यूशंस. सो इम्प्लीकेशन, हम अब जिस विषय पर हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं उसके विषय में जरा सोच लेते हैं. वी कैन थिंक अबाउट what are the challenges before us. This for this cultural institution, as we have already defined what is a cultural institution and what is their role, how it affects, how it's make the personality, how what is the its behavior towards the society. Ultimately, any cultural institution is meant for the society, for the benefit of the society, to change the behavior and maintain the behavior of the society. So what is the challenges before the cultural institution? First, is implication for personal and security of jobs. Second, implication for or security of heritage sites, contents and visitors. Third concern is challenges is socio-economic implications. Fourth is cultural implications. Fifth is financial implication. Sixth is implication to ensure proper communication and keep networks alive. So there are many. So I have just jotted down these six. These six are the basic, which is a concern for a cultural institution. And these challenges are to be addressed by the cultural institutions during the normalcy, during the pandemic, during the emergency, and otherwise also. So if we see these six elements, 6 points, we can see that how and how what is a responsibility owed by the institutions, and how these social institutions that can meet these challenges to make a future bright. Next slide, please. Next. So as we know that during this is the period of pandemic, for last 1 year, we all are suffering badly globally. That it affects our all the activities. We are confined to our houses, confined to room, quarantine in the room, and those who have suffered, they know that what is the its effect in their life. So impact of pandemic for the cultural institution is impact on the pandemic and the measures content it in the short terms. Impact of the pandemic and the measures to contain it in the long terms. So this is the challenges how it is to be looked by the social society, cultural institutions. So measures implemented by heritage organizations to overcome the crisis. Lessons learned from the crisis. Urgent needs of the heritage sector to cope up with the crisis. Measures needed at local, national, and European level, that's a global European level, to support the heritage organization during and after the pandemic. Possible contribution of the heritage world to the recovery of global society and economy in the aftermath of the pandemic. Next, please. So these sectors have there is a problem, there is a challenges. We have implications. We saw the implications. Now, so sector wise implications is immediate implications and the medium and long term implications. So if we go for the immediate implications, so for example, if you see the museum or the archaeological sites, so you have the lot of problems. Similarly, so so implication is that how to maintain, how to keep it safe. So first immediate implication is to make the safety of the site and the museums and heritage. And the second is the medium and long terms, how it should be taking the advantage, taking the lessons from this emergent situations and untoward situation, uncalled for situation, how it manage the future. So medium and long term implications, what will be the long term and medium long term and medium and long term implications will be there. So we'll see, we are saying there. So society, these societies, this organization has to see. So culture, next slide please. Next slide please. Next slide please. Yeah, cultural heritage holds great importance for the communities around the world. Cultural heritage is vulnerable to the advanced impacts of natural disasters and climatic changes, as adding to the urgency of addressing the challenges. Countries around the world are employing a variety of measures to safeguard cultural heritage against disaster risk. Mind it, disaster risk, drawing on the relevant conventions, policy frameworks, and guidelines to protect lives, livelihoods, and cultural heritage. It is important to strengthen the resilience of assets at risk and make disaster resilience and the intrinsic part of cultural heritage management. Next, please. So how cultural institution can rise to the challenges? So I have just pointed the organizations that will succeeded in responding to the new landscape will be those who focus on the three key areas. I'm giving you the solution. What is the challenge and how the opportunity will be taken? So democratizing their data and collection, responsibly embracing emerging technology, preparing for new realities. So you have the challenges. Here you have the, the implications, what is the base and how you can come out with this. So these are the 3 points I have raised before you. So democratizing their data and collections, responsibility embarrassing emerging technology, preparing for new realities. Next, please. So challenges and the opportunities of the 20th century cultural institutions are switching from the information to provocation. First. Second is permanently adapting to new realities. Third, using identity as a core value, becoming sustainable. Initially, culture production was designed and controlled by the elite. However, the past centuries has been subject to real cultural exploration, faces significant growth in variety and accessibility to cultural products. This period was also marked by the cultural center boom in the 70s all around globe. Institution masses conserving heritage and promoting ideas in and segregation of communities. So these are the things which is to be looked into, but major 4 is that switching from the information to provocation, permanently adapting to new realities, using identity as a core value, and the next is becoming sustainable. Next, please. Yes, we can skip. We'll go to next. Yes, this is a visual. How you what is the challenges before you? Here it is a view of an exhibition, and the Quran Sharif is displayed, and the curator is showing the value of the Quran Sharif and the exhibits, and you can see. So here is the challenge that you have the object and how you will preserve, and ultimately how you will show it to the people. So your responsibility is bigger. So you have to owe the responsibility. Your means culture institutions responsibilities are bigger, and that is why it is informative to propagative. So it is igniting and provoking the people to look into the matters so that their cultural heritage could be saved and could be most relevant to the society. Next, please, next. Yeah. So here, one thing is that ultimately we have the art. We have ultimately art. So conservation of art, what we should do and how it should be done. So this is the one of the view I have given you. There is no need to explain because time is short. So conservation of art is equally important, and it is the first area where the cultural institutions have the challenges, and the here is the here is the scope opportunity to make the future era. So if you conserve the objects in these emergent circumstances, in the pandemic, in the exigency, in the emergency, then you can save your heritage for the future, and then future will be most vocal on the basis of this. Next. So these are the steps you can. So here it is not the responsibility of the only the cultural institution. It is the responsibility of individual also to take care of the objects, take care of their heritage, so that it could be passed to the next generation. Here, so here's the certain steps, art conservation steps, collocation action before and after, what you have to do, in between what you have to do. You have to carry out the research. You should have a strategy. You should have a assessment of the situation. So you have many things to 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. So and how you transport it, how you keep it, how you display it. So this is giving a glimpse to you. So cultural institutions have this, and also individual have this responsibility as they should have to take it as an opportunity for this good being. Next. So Here is the document. Document is a record which consists of information regarding administration, trade, happenings, etc. So if you are a cultural institution, be the archives or museum or the archaeological institutions or libraries, it is your responsibility to keep the documents intact, keep the documents. It is not only preserved and conserved, it should be kept for the future generation also. So these documents is one of the, just I'm giving you the, just what is a disaster. And disasters coming, disaster is not only disaster is natural, it is a man-made, it is a sometimes different kind of disasters we are facing. So what is the disaster? Disaster means a great or sudden misfortune or terrible accident. This in the case of archives can be flood, heavily leakage in the roof of building, infestation with the biological agents, fire and earthquakes, and other man-made problems such as erosion, bombing, rape, etc. Recent day before yesterday, Times of India has published a beautiful picture. I wanted to insert it, but somehow I was not able to do that. So it is a scene of the Orissa. It was a village temple of the Lord Jagannath, and the statue of Lord Jagannath. The entire temple is washed away by this cyclone called Yas, and temple was demolished. And a panda, a pujari or devotee, is holding the face of the Lord Jagannath in his hand. It is published in the front page of the Times of India day before yesterday. And my friend Rajesh Purohit has shared with me. So, and he has requested me to just include it into the my presentation. Somehow I was not able to insert it. I'm sorry, but I'm saying you that is a there is a disaster, and it could be natural, unfortunate, and sudden. And you have the responsibility to keep it up and to make it for the keep it up and make a safe for the future era. So here also you have the opportunity. Next, please. Type of disaster. So you have the man-made and you have next, please. Next, please. Next. What is the types of So types of disaster. So man-made and natural. So yeah, you have the fire, you have the bombing, you have the distractions. You know that you might be knowing what happened in the Iraq. You might be knowing what happened in the Maldives. You know what happened in the our own Natural History Museum in Mandi House in Delhi. You know what is happened in the when we have the flood in the Jammu and Kashmir. So we have the both time man-made as well as natural disaster we have. So next, please. So we should have for that we should have a disaster management plan. So this is the challenges and opportunity also. Whatever may be the type of disaster, when occurs, it is a very difficult to safeguard the records and human beings in the archives. Therefore, a disaster management plan is required for an institution to handle the disaster before, while, and after the occurrence. So this is a very important challenge, and here is the opportunity for the cultural institutions. So you must have, this is a challenge before you, that if you have the disaster, either natural or man-made, so you should have a great plan in your mind, and you not in the mind, you should chalk it out, and definitely it should be implemented. So next, so whatever by the types of disaster. Next, please.
सर इसको थोड़ा सा जल्दी
बिल्कुल 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 मैं इसको समाप्त ही करूंगा अब। तो मैं दिखा रहा केवल ये फायर। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड रोल करते चले जाइए। हाँ, थेफ्ट है, एक थ्रेट है उनके साथ, अर्थक्वेक है। नेक्स्ट बढ़ाते चले जाइए मैडम, ये विनीत जी, अर्थक्वेक के बाद चले जाइए, उसको कोई करने की जरूरत नहीं है। फ्लड हो गया, प्रिवेंशन मेजरमेंट एंड बॉम्ब थ्रेट्स एटसेट्रा, इट इज नॉर्मल नाउअडेज। थ्रेट फ्रॉम द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, वैंडलिज्म, जिसके चेंजेस रोल ऑफ द म्यूजियम। तो म्यूजियम को भी थोड़ा सा समझ लेते हैं। इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट ऑफ द कल्चरल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, अमंग द कल्चरल इंस्टीट्यूशंस। आगे चले जाइए, आगे चले जाइए। नहीं, उस पे आ जाएंगे क्या? चैलेंजेस ऑफ द म्यूजियम, हाँ, रोल ऑफ द म्यूजियम। यहाँ थोड़ा सा 1 मिनट लेंगे हम, डेफिनेटली। Initially, museum were personal curio collection of the royalties and nobilities, and access to these collections was a priority of the same and same noted scholars nevertheless two epoch-making events in the world history, that is American War of Independence and French Revolution, resulted into the Declaration of Human and Civil Rights, which subsequently opened new vista for the development of education and culture. This is a new development further intensified the collection of objects of art and culture and gradual increase in public access to museum collections. Education was put out as one of the major function of the museum. So here you have the challenges also. Next slide, please. So you have the three challenges. You have the talented educational, social, and entertainment. This is the, if you see, I don't want to go in the definition of the museum given by the ICOM, but the three function as is very important for the purpose of society, entertainment, and education. These are the three major accountability and the responsibility of the institution. So you have the challenges here, and you have to address for the future generation. Next, please. So briefly, we can just look into the museology, history of purpose of museum, organization, operation, and management of museums, museum architecture, layout and equipment, collection, origin, related records, setup and movement, scientific activities and research, preservation and care of collection, presentation, exhibition, the public, including this, that. Next, please. General competence, museology competence, management competence, public program competences, information and collection management and care competence. This is one of the thrust area. This is a challenge before the any cultural institutions, particularly museum. How they look into that, and here it is, if it is a challenge, here you have the opportunity also to how you will address. Next, please. So if you see the museum's role, I will next, please. Next, please. Yeah, museum's role. So I'm not going to read it. It is there. So the response I have given you the challenge. I mean, we have just looked into the challenge. What are the challenges and how it is to be looked into, and the if is a challenge, how it can be. What are the opportunity we have to address and to make it for the future era better. So social behavior and our personal behavior to make the things intact for the future generation. Next, please. Next, yes. So I am summing within 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Education. Next. Yes. Education. Next. पहले वाला थोड़ा सा पहले वाला और जी हाँ ये पिरामिड. तो यहाँ आप देखेंगे you can see exhibition, objects, gallery, labels, electronic technology, outreach program that is different for the differently able visitors, publication and research, activities for children, etc. So these are the you have the challenges and you have the opportunity to you are the culture institution. Ultimately, you are a social being. So you have a social responsibility. So you have to go to society. How you will go to society? So if you see this pyramid and within this prism, you can see that what are your responsibility and the challenges and how you will meet. Next, please. Next, rollout. This is the exhibition. Here you can see the Nizam Jewelry exhibition, and here is the then Honorable Minister was there, and I curated the exhibition, the Nizam Jewelry. So this is one of the view. Next, please. Next. Yes, this is some exhibits. Why these are the challenges before you. Here you have the. I want to give the security points. I had chosen this slide to just give the importance of the security aspect in the culture institution. Wow, this is the challenges before the culture institution, and how it could be where is the opportunity in this field. So it is a vast area. So I wanted to give, but we have a sort of time, so we'll skip it. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Next. Yes. So development principles. You have to look into the development principles. So this is a variety. I'm not going to read. Next, please. This next point. Yes, variety. Next point. I'm not going to read. So variety. You have the focus. Yes. Next, participations. Yes. Then you have the balance. So you have the four. You have the variety, focus, participation, and balance. So these are the four. You have the four development principles. So if you are a cultural institution, so how you assess the challenges and what will be the development principles. So you have to frame it within the four. That is the variety, focus, participation, and balance. Next, please. So then you should have a strategic aims. So strategic aims also you should have. This is the challenges and the remedies. So opportunity here. So you should have a next, please. Within this frame, you should have a digital. You should have a digital platform. You should during this pandemic, all the institutions are closed. So you are going digital. You have the digital exhibitions, digital seminars, digital webinars, digital lectures. So digital class. So course are being studies and education are imparted. Next, please. Audio tools. Then you have the strategic aims. Then you have the audio tools. You have the accessible for the register with the disabilities. Then you have the one principle is a very important. That next, please. Next. Yes. Next. ग्रो में आ जाइए इसके बाद वाले स्लाइड आगे बढ़ हाँ ग्रो मोड. So we have developed, the meteorologists and the those who are working in the field of archaeology and the cultural institutions, they have a model. It is known as the GROW model, GROW. So G for go, O for option, R for reality, W for way forward. So this is important. I will want to so the goal of museum as a center of education is to attract as much audience as it can reach out to nationally and globally and make them more aware of their heritage and culture. Opportunity options to identify its strength which are already available with them and put the same into practice. Also, it can be considerably publicize its activities and potential channel. What is so reality? What is a reality? Present Indian museums are not fully utilizing its capacity as a formal educational institution. And what is W? Way forward. The foremost function of the modern museum is to utilize the objects of the past as a tools to generate knowledge and thereby enlighten the minds of the people. So next, please. Next. Yes, these are the publications. You can see. Next. चले जाएंगे जल्दी से. हाँ. Next. Yes. अगला चले. हाँ ठीक. हम लोग चले जाते हैं. हम thankful हैं. We are thankful to all of you, those who organized it, those who are here to listen, those who are in the team. But here, my response, I have given the responsibility to introduce the subject, that the challenges before us. That is, what is the challenges before the cultural society? What is the challenge? So these are, I have tried to mark it certain points. I'm not elaborating. I am not discussing those points, though it needs hours to hours for one point to discuss. So I have tried my level best to just point out those things which could be used as the introduction to the subject. So if I am, I don't know whether I fulfilled those requirement or not, but I have tried to introduce the subject to you. Thank you very much.
It was very insightful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for providing basic idea on cultural institutions and how they work for enhancing the glory of society, and how we can deal with the challenges we are going to face in the 21st century. So we can now quickly take questions from the audience. We have 10 minutes before we move on to our next session. Any questions?
संगीता, एक क्वेश्चन है. अजफर हुसैन म्यूजियोलॉजिस्ट हैं ये भी, in the question and answer section, so you can read it the question, so maybe Sanjeev sir reply on that.
हाँ, मुझे दे दीजिए. कहाँ पे ओके. Nice presentation, sir. If you add in challenges and issues, socio-political power, such as nowadays, the Vista project is major socio-political power they have involved, and it's our duty to protect against the Vista project. And what are the main sources to prevent it? How could we possibly stop the socio-political power? From Asfar Hussain.
What is that? What is so? Is
Yes,
Central Vista?
Central Vista project.
That is a subject which is being talked by a section of the people, rather a short section of the people. What I am for last 5 lectures I had delivered everywhere. This question was there. I request all of them that they should not raise the finger just to oppose it. I just request all the visitors, all the audience, all the concerned people, and also professional people to look into the aspect why it is happening. Whether it is it's a government policy, it is a challengeable. If it is a public perception, it is going to public perception. Public will raise their hands. It is a fundamental right, but also it should be known with them. It must be looked into. So looked into by every. So I don't say it should be only for criticism. I say it should be analytical criticism. Then first you understand the things, then you oppose. If you don't understand, don't oppose. So you have first, you should have an understanding about the this. Everybody feels if you have a house, a small house, even if you have hurt, and if it is destroyed, you will feel pain. And not only you will feel, the entire the locality will feel the this vacuum. I will just give you a second, within a second, a simple example. That if you lose anything which was in your position, then you just it gives you pain. But why you are losing it? Why you are losing? So you should have a analytical. Either you should have look into this aspect in totality, then you should come out. And it is not that we should oppose. It is passed by the parliament. So it is to be stopped by the parliament one. And unfortunately, nobody is talking in the parliament platform of the parliament opposing this project. And we people, those who are concerned, those who came to know in the later hand, they have been murmuring because no media has given a full page, even a paragraph for this story, except few 1-2. So you are giving the shows. This is a dancing show, reality show, Ghana show, fashion show. They have the full page, but nobody is caring for the cultural institution. So you can understand how the reflection of your society is in the mind of those who are the manager of the project. Thank you.
Any other questions?
चलिए.
So I think we should move on to the
चलिए
next.
मैं हाँ ये क्वेश्चन है जो ये प्रोफेशनल क्वेश्चन थे और ये पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पर पब्लिक के तरह ही जवाब मिलता है.
Okay, another question from Abhijit Kumar. He says, I would like to get your attention on financial implications as one challenges you had appointed for the cultural institutions. How can we meet the funding aspects in order to protect, especially in COVID?
This is wonderful. I was expecting this question, and I'm very thankful to Abhijit that he has raised this question. It is a millions dollars question, and it is globally being addressed. You know, Manaki, I heard that I wanted to show the data because I have been told there is a time limit. So I have that complete data for 1 year. How the percentage of the financial loss have been occurred, not in general public, for the culture institution and the culture. And they have the challenges to do. They are losing the that is why if you see my first was that I have raised the question The first is the implication for personal and security of jobs and implication of security heritage site. So finance is the most important thing which is to be looked into, and financial implication. This is the challenge before the entire global history. Many galleries, many museums have been shut down. Many people lost their job in the museums. People are those who are working in this field have no bread to eat to themselves or family. So it is not for them. They are losing the jobs and they don't have the opportunity. They are losing the opportunities of the job. But at the same time, this culture institution too is losing their their existence due to financial. And how it comes, it is a only public participation and public awareness will give you the financial implication. They will give you the support. They, as being given to the other things, this public has to give the support to the culture institution to survive, to exist for the future generation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think we can take one more question and then move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I don't see any other question.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
So nice of you. I am thankful to all of you for organizing such a wonderful, and you have given me the opportunity to introduce the subject.
Thank you so much, sir. Your
So-
guidance is always appreciated, sir. We
So,
always need you.
so nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So, moving on to our next speaker of the day, we have this young and bright curator of Heritage Transport Museum, Gurgaon. She has a degree in museology from National Museum Institute, and she has previously worked with IGNCA and tribal museums on various projects. She was awarded Charles Collis India Fellowship in 2014 and Skillbright Fellowship in 2016 by International Association of Transport and Communications Museums to conduct short-term internship in Transport Museum in UK and Germany. She has been working with Heritage Transport Museum since its inception in 2009. She was instrumental in archiving and documentation of the entire collection, and also in designing the exhibition, installation, and display narration. She has participated in various workshops and conferences at both national and international level, and she has also published several papers on museums and informal learning, transport heritage, museum and hospitality, and on the importance of marketing of museums. So her topic is going to be on the assessment of the impact of pandemic on cultural institutions, through which she will talk about the effects of pandemic on the overall functioning of the museum and the use of digital platform for audience engagement. Ragini, over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to start. Good afternoon, everyone, once again, and thank you so much, Heritage Consortium and the other organizing partners for inviting me to speak about this topic. So I'm going to, as Sangeeta just mentioned, I'm going to speak about the impact of this pandemic on the heritage and cultural institutions. And also this pandemic has it has opened doors for the various digital platforms for museums and cultural organizations to make access to the several groups of audiences. So this COVID-19 pandemic, it has adverse effects on museums and various cultural heritage sectors. And this impact has taken multiple shapes, whether it's economic impact or social impact. Ever since March 2020, most of the museums all over the world, they have closed their doors for general public. And I'm going to divide this talk in two sections, that is economic impact, and then I'll talk about the social impact without taking much time of yours. So the economic impact is huge on museums, and especially for those which are privately run. It is for both, whether it's government run or private run museums, but it is more on the ones which are governed by the private trust. So because these museums are mostly dependent on the revenue which is generated by the visitors and other retail, retail activities. So since the museums have been shut, so there is no activity inside the museum. And this is undermining the business model of the museums. And secondly, this impact has also been adverse on the museum professionals. The situation has really become even more challenging for the museum professionals, especially the contractual ones, whether they are employed by government or the private museums. And these contractual employees also, they form a very important workforce of these museums and cultural organizations. And museums had to confine their activities to screen only. So lots of activities are shut down, and there is loss of opportunities for, especially for the young professionals and volunteers, like the students who used to volunteer themselves for various museum programs. So this is a big loss for volunteers also, because there is no learning opportunity for them since last 1 year. And also the internship programs have been closed. So even when the museums, they reopened in around October 2020, we can see with the proper guidelines and SOPs which were provided by the government. But the number of visitors, they continuously kept on declining, because there was constant fear of infection, of getting infected at going to the while going to the public places. So the number of visitors, it was not same as it was in the pre-pandemic time. And group visits, especially for the, I'm just because coming from a private museum, I'm giving you the example from that perspective. So the group visits couldn't take place, like national and international tourist groups, they declined due to the travel restrictions. The school groups couldn't take place, and all the other various other educational institutions were also shut. So all those group visits, the educational visits couldn't take place in the museum. So and these audiences, they formed a major chunk of the target groups in the museum. So even after the when we are assessing the impact, so even after the second wave will be over, so it is going to take a considerable amount of time to regain that footfall, because of the travel restrictions which are going to be there for a longer time. So yes, all these these activities which used to generate the revenue, like the ticketing, retails, events, conferences, all these are shut. And besides the, now I'm coming to the social impact. There are lots of exchange programs, like cultural exchange programs, which are which used to happen with international organizations, international museums, which have also come to a halt. The social impact has been immense, because many projects and on-site activities, they were stopped. Lots of restoration projects were stopped, and there are no cultural exchange programs between the museums. It used to be a regular feature. And museum staff is also working, most of the staff is working from home. And also the acquisition process, which is a very important process in the museums, the acquisition of the collection, that is also come to a halt because of this pandemic. So this is the social impact of this pandemic. And yes, it is going to stay there for a long time. So museums have to devise certain ways out how they can continue the process. So now coming to the digital activities and communication. So as we can see, there has been a sudden surge in the digital platforms. Although many museums, they had already started using the digital platforms, before the COVID times. It was lots of museums, they were already, with the help of Google Cultural Institute, they were already going virtual. But this has increased, and lots of museums during the pandemic have made use of this platform. So museums have adapted the online museum strategy, and they are focusing more on online museum resources like e-learning and online collections, virtual 360-degree tours. Educational activities are now being conducted through the live sessions, conferences, webinars, lots of lecture series, they have taken place. They have taken the shape of webinars now. So yes, again, that social interaction, that social gathering, we all are missing, because if the times had been normal, we would not have been chatting here. As Sangeeta rightly said in the beginning, it would have been better if we were all sitting in one conference hall and talking with each other. So yes, that social interaction, that has a little bit led to the mental pressure and depression amongst lots of people, whether it's from the museum field or any other field. So yes, so the lectures have now taken the shape of the webinars, and now curated walks, they have also been replaced with the curator video chats. So there are lots of virtual tools where curating are showing you the museum galleries through through virtual reality or on the online platforms. So and then going digital, it has its own challenges. First of all, you need because this is something very new for lots of museums who are not equipped with good technological devices, because there are lots of big museums, there are lots of small museums, and there are lots of museums which they do not have access to these technologies. So how can they reach? The question arises that how can those museums reach to the people, to their target audiences? And then staff also requires the new skill sets. So staff training, the staff has not been earlier they were not very well acquainted with this kind of technological things. So so now the staff, they require new skill sets. And secondly, yeah, so many museums, due to budget constraints also, they are not able to adopt to these virtual methods also. And then when we talk about the visitors, the similarly, the visitors, or like all the target groups, they are not having the access to the technologies at home also. There are also those kinds of groups. So we have to think about the various perspectives. How can we really strive to survive in these times? So so now, like, it is actually museums task to reach out to their visitors at the comfort of their safety. And UNESCO, if you go by the UNESCO report of like end 2020, we can see lots of staff, as Sanjeev sir also pointed out, lots of staff have been laid out, they have lost their jobs. So they have gone into depression and anxiety. And similarly, depression and anxiety, it is like growing during the pandemic times. And museums have also been instrumental in coping up with this kind of situation. Like lots of museums in Europe and USA, they are doing the online programs to combat uh, to, to cater to the visitors, to the audience who are dealing with this Alzheimer's, dementia. So they have started special programs. So this is how the museums have been using the digital platforms for reaching out to the audiences uh, from the comforts of their homes. So yeah, so I think I'm done with this, making it very short.
It was absolutely wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful, and it was quite insightful.
Really, that was wonderful, Ragini. Thank you for highlighting the economic and social impact on private and independent museums, and how they are struggling to survive in this situation. and you have raised very practical issues, and we and the government should work towards tackling all of that. So, any questions for Ragini?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, as you rightly said, the human interaction today has become so challenging. And to combat that, now there are, the technologies such as the, 360-degree virtual tours of museum, which is coming up. But, isn't that conflicting to the whole concept of museum, versus a website?
Yes,
Right now,
exactly.
today I don't see an option, but the whole idea of a museum is a physical space. Yes, no? What do you think?
Yes, exactly. And as I also rightly mentioned, that not all the museums have the access to these digital platforms.
True.
I mean, once you visit a museum, you cannot get that feel sitting at your home from your screen. That feel is totally gone.
Absolutely.
But museums somehow are surviving to reach out to their audiences, and the regular audiences, the friends of museums, they
Yeah.
are also expecting something from museums, and there is no other option at the moment. We are hoping that this, as a vaccination drive is also going on, and things will, go back pre-pandemic era. We are really trying hard to do that. But in this time, in this interval, I mean, museums have to somehow reach to their audiences, either through storytelling sessions, either through online exhibitions. Like lots of museums are doing online exhibitions. National Museum itself, then Partition Museum is organizing lectures, very insightful lectures and talks, which are very interactive. And various other, there are endless examples.
Yeah.
So yes, so it is just for that interval that museums have to be connected to their audiences.
Super. So, as an audience, what do you think? We should prepare. While being in pandemic. So one of the things which what you're telling us is basically how we can engage with people during the pandemic. But obviously, with God's grace, everybody's praying this pandemic era gets over, like you said. But
Yes.
till that time, what should museums, prepare for the next, once this is over? How can
Once,
they use the time and resource?
So last year after the pandemic, the pandemic is still going on, but there was a time around October and November when government had announced that all the public places, historical sites, monuments and museums can function. And with the proper guidelines and SOPs, museums were opened. But yes, we saw large number of decline in visitor numbers. The numbers was not as good as pre-pandemic time. And yes, we have to maintain the slots. Like we have to think about the number of people we are going to enter into the museum. We can offer the slots. We can put proper sanitization facilities all over the museum at various points. And yes, nowadays it has become what I feel personally. I don't know, it depends on the organization to organization. We should have the COVID negative report before, at the reception of the visitor. I think it should be mandatory. It should be made mandatory because in these times we cannot take risk with the lives of people. So for some time it should be made mandatory.
I think not just the COVID negative report. In fact, the vaccination certificate should also be mandatory.
Exactly.
And as you said that no any feeling you can get like a live to watch any object. So, and especially your museum, which is very beautifully and very different kind of object you have displayed, like the car and all. So you not feel that much like to see a virtual. This is only you can feel to see live. Yes, so it is very challenging mode is on nowadays to give a better experience for the visitor, those who can't come to the museum. So it's a great challenge to the curators and the museum owners, custodians, those who are uh, uh, dealing with this kind of issues. So all the best, Ragini, because you are already involved many of years in the museum field, especially at this transport museum. So I hope it will be better next day by day.
Thank you, Azfar. Thank you so much.
A question from Abhijit. He's saying a private museum business model has sunk, as you addressed in the opening the subject. Whether digital museums can only support it, what more steps are needed? Any suggestions?
As I mentioned that during this I mean, this digital platform is going to be there. I mean, and because it was there in pre-pandemic era also, like lots of museums were already going digital, and it is going to be there even after the pandemic is over. But yes, this is the interval time when this is the only way where you can reach out to people. So we can make better use of this platform, we can make interactive programs, and like lots of museums, they are generating revenues through these models. I mean, we are also in the process. We have not started any paid online service yet. We are only interacting through Facebook content, Instagram content, or posting the videos, but we haven't started any paid online service or paid online sessions as of yet. But let's wait for some time, and then, because that feel will never come from the online thing. But yes, somehow, especially the private museums, they have to survive, because it's not only the curatorial staff. There is the security staff, the maintaining staff, the cleaning staff who are there at the museum. They are safeguarding the collection, so we have to support that staff also. So yes, somehow we have to formulate certain policies where we can generate some revenue from the online programs, and connect more and more audiences through that.
Yes.
So another
Sangeeta,
question from this is from us. Yeah, hi. Bolo.
संगीता जी
अच्छा, संजीव सर बताइए.
नहीं, मैं रागिनी को केवल बधाई दे रहा था कि उसने बहुत अच्छे से बात रखी, और खास करके फाइनेंशियल मैटर वाली जो बात है और ये डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म वाली जो बात है, तो केवल ये मान के चलिएगा कि जो हमारा फुटफॉल्स होता है, जो हमारे लोग आते हैं यहाँ, तो वो केवल ये हम अभी जो पेंडेमिक में या जो काम कर रहे हैं डिजिटली, केवल ये है कि हम अपने को जोड़ के रखना चाहते हैं.
जी सर,
ये कोर हमारे विजिटर्स हैं, ये कोर ऑडियंस है, कोर हमारे टारगेटेड रीच है, जहां जिनको हम जोड़ के रखना चाहते हैं, और ये केवल वही एफर्ट है.
जोड़ के रखना चाहते हैं, बिल्कुल.
और दूसरा है कि
इंटरवेट पीरियड वही एफर्ट है.
रागिनी, दूसरी बात मैं आपसे कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि अभी ग्लोबली एक चर्चा हो रही है कि जो इंटरनेशनल म्यूजियम का परिभाषा है, आईकॉम ने जो दिया है कि नॉन प्रॉफिट, और मतलब कि नॉन प्रॉफिट एसेंशियली नॉन प्रॉफिट होना चाहिए. अब ये कॉन्सेप्ट धीरे धीरे चेंज होगा, बिकॉज द गवर्नमेंट इज इन नॉट पोजीशन टू पुश द फाइनेंस to these cultural institutions. Those were the sarkari one, government one, but the private are definitely private. 37% private galleries and museums are closed now.
Yes.
27 globally.
Yes.
Thank you, Ragini. So I congratulate you. Very nicely, very precise. So nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, so another question from Asfar Hussain. He says, ma'am, have you conducted a mobile museum exhibition despite web online through your outreach program, because it is a transport museum?
Yeah. So we have the social media platform as of now that we are using is the Facebook and Instagram, and we are having content through these mediums only. But we have curated certain exhibitions with the help of Google Cultural Institute, Google Arts. So you can always, I mean, you can search it on Google, Heritage Transport Museum, Google Cultural Institute, and you will get a number of exhibits which are already curated there and which are in the 360-degree form. It's not about the entire museum, but it is about a few galleries, so you can view it anytime.
So this another question is from Mr. Arvind Mahajan. He is saying not really. It is not really a question. The financial implications are vital to the museums. Very hard time is coming. Museums will have to be self-sufficient and develop a revenue model as per their resources and strength. So yeah, we all have to work towards it.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to ask you, Ragini, talking particularly about your museum, how do you perceive, how do you see your museum? Where do you see it 3 months, 4 months, 5 months from now? So how are you going to rebuild your infrastructure, your technological skills to come
Yeah.
over it?
So as lockdown is going on, we have utilized this program to work on our backlogs. We had some of the staff which is on site, which are I mean situated locally. They are on site at the museum, and they are working towards some infrastructural things like maintenance, repair. And we had our collectors lounge, which was pending to be inaugurated, but all of this happened all of a sudden. So we are doing some backlog activities, like whatever can be done from home in terms of archiving and cataloging, that is going on. And yeah, let's wait for the guidelines from the government, and when we open, we are I mean ready to open also. So let's wait for some time and see the number of footfalls, how it is, I mean, going to be there. And of and then we have to like see the number of like the attendance of the staff also. Or we can, I mean, administer it alternate days working, so that the staff salary, I mean, that is a major major amount that
Uh-huh.
will also, I mean, or like alternate days, that will also help to the administrators and the trustees to, I mean, safeguard that part. So yeah, let's wait for the guidelines.
Uh, this is another question. I think from this is from Facebook. Mr. Nandan Shastri is asking, does your museum use AR, VR, XR?
We had the virtual reality of one section, which was an activity for children at the museum. But now it is because the museum is shut down, so that activity corner is also shut down. But yes, as I just mentioned, we have some online exhibits on Google Art. If you search it online, Heritage Transport Museum, Google Art, Google Cultural Institute, you will find some of the 360-degree exhibits there, which is about
Okay.
I mean few sections of the museum. So
Okay.
that's the, I mean, only online activity that we have done so far.
So that was great, Ragini. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangeeta, and thank you, organizers, once again. It was such a great platform to connect to various museum people, and not only the museum people, various other people who are watching this show.
Thank you so much, Agni.
Thank you, Azfar. Thank you, Vibha.
Thank you.
Thank
So moving on to our next distinguished guest, Mrs. Suchismita Mantri. Suchismita ma'am is the curator of anthropology and arts and craft department at Odisha State Museum, Bhubaneswar. She holds MA and MPhil degree in anthropology from Utkal University. She also has been superintendent at Odisha State Archives and secretary of Odisha Sahitya Academy. Her today's topic is going to be on the adoption of digital platform, the smartest way to attract community. Through her topic, she will bring focus on Odisha, which is not only fighting the pandemic but also several natural calamities, and what are the ways to regain the interest and awareness of the general public towards our heritage. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers of today's event, the Heritage Consortium and Heritage Restore New Delhi. Actually, I got a call from Vibhas ji few days back. I'm not actually prepared for today's event, but I think it will be a great pleasure for me to participate and to listen to some of the great people, those who are dealing with this pandemic and also having the background of museum for so many years, like Sanjeev Kumar Singh ji and Ragini Bhatt is also a nice professional of young professional of museum. But I would like to, I have pointed out some of the points which are facing during this pandemic period. I will only read out, and in the next time I can give you some detailed survey of State Museum and of other museums of Odisha. I can express my views with you. Actually, Sanjeev Singh ji very nicely described what is culture, heritage, and other things, and given some of the pictures also. And he has given very nice talk from his vast experience and work experience with the museum, and Ragini also given the economic impact and social impact of museum very nicely. And now we are coming to Odisha. Every year Odisha is having some kind of disaster in the name of cyclone and flood. So at this time we are having this great pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted all the activities of museums all over the world. This new pandemic has attracted the entire, affected the entire social, economic, and health sectors of the society, all over the globe. If we look into the course of history, disease outbreaks have played ravaged the humanity and sometimes changed the entire course of history. From the pandemic history, we are coming across a great pandemics in every 100 years. But this time we are facing a global pandemic. This is not restricted to any geographical boundary due to the widespread globalization the entire world is facing now. With the economic liberalization in India during the last decade of the 20th century, institutions like museums are competing with the malls to attract the youths and towards the museum. Various steps have been taken by the museum, that is creation of lavish garden, cafeteria, souvenir shop, etc. We are planning and develop all these kind of things to attract the youth and the modern people towards museum, because you are having so much of other attracting places for youths. That was not a big problem for the museum personnel to solve it at that time. However, the current problem is different from the earlier one. It is to be mentioned here that not only the COVID-19, Odisha is facing natural calamities like cyclone and floods every year. This is a great challenge for us to regain the interest awareness of the general public towards museum. Now we have to look at the digital platforms to attract the general public to the museums. During the year 2020 and 2021, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, museums across the country have been impacted heavily at every level of their operation and structures. While many museums opened during November 2020, March and 2021 for a short time, applying strict and safe hygienic protocols to keep both visitors and staff safe. At present, now the museum are closed to the public again at a result of second wave of COVID-19, and experts accept the pandemic for the third. We're expecting the pandemic, the third wave pandemic also. COVID-19 severely affected the private museums due to lack of income, which leads to decrease their main activeness. I can here give you some example like Odiat Museum at Chilika, Rural Museum, Maitipur, Baleshwar, and Dasarathi Patnaik Museum and Library Trust, Udaipur, Nuagaon. They have completely shut down their museum due to this pandemic. And in the meantime, government museums successfully utilize the digital platforms, reaching the creativity and effectivity to the situation, becoming part of the community's effort to diminish the effort of the COVID-19 situation and offering alternative forms of learning and inspiration digitally. It was very difficult to attract the general public towards museum. Though during the last quarter of 2020, some museums are open for the public, but the footfalls were very low. Now the question arises, museum can solve the financial problems, but how can they attract the general public towards museum? Prior to discuss this suitable measures that should be taken to attract the general public, it is necessary to mention the impact of COVID-19 on the museum activities. Some of the impact of COVID-19 on museum we can cite here, like all the museums are closed during the first wave of COVID-19. During quarter of 2020, footfall was very low. The second mandated enclosure was due to second wave of COVID-19 without definite reopening date also. Footfalls of visitors dropping during the last quarter in 2020 when museum was reopened. Even during the last quarter, the museum are open for the public. The increased safety protocols, instead of increased safety protocols, only few people are coming to museum. Only we are opening the museum for the sake of its conservation and preservation. No visitor is coming at that time. We are facing in state museum, in other museums too. Regular activities of the museum either cancelled or virtually organized. Many events are organized in museum like workshops and different art activities, which are now completely stopped. Outreach programs for students and artisans has been completely stopped. Workshop for the artisans, debate, painting, essay competition, etc. are now completely stopped due to this pandemic. Financial losses also we are facing, because some government museums are also utilizing some of the money from raising from the museum for their users fee and manpower also. In state museum also we are using 75% of the income for our immediate expenses and manpower, and for some kind of expenses at immediate step. Regular field research activity has completely stopped. Anthropology and archaeological section, those who are doing field work, they have stopped all kind of activities due to this pandemic. And we're facing a large very for the maintenance and conservation is also in a great danger, because due to close down of museum for so many days, we are facing so many activities which are not done by any kind of close down. People are not coming to the museum. We cannot do the regular conservation work. So we are facing all these kind of activities during this pandemic. And some museums take some virtual tours, and some we have tried to adopt some of the digital platforms for making it lively and going to the people and to keep them some kind of information about the museum. So we have taken the virtual tour, online webinars, online digital photo exhibition, etc. But we have conducted some of the major programs like International Museum Day and visit of Gandhiji to Odisha, and its celebration of 100 years of Gandhiji's visit to Odisha, and some of the great man, those who have contributed for the shaping of Odisha. We have tried to create special lectures on them and try to show the special exhibition, the things which are related to that great people, like Gopabandhu and other dignitaries, those who are great role in shaping Odisha, and we're conserving their personal belongings, to try to conduct all this kind of exhibition on online and digital platforms. And financial during this period, we have to support financially the government and non-government organization also, because due to the shutdown, the economic condition is very precarious during this period. All the non-government organization, they are running through only their ticket and also selling of their products and all. So we have to financially help all these kind of museum, those who are thriving through their resources only. Small museums need specific attention and support in their digital transformation, so because they are lacking in digital and all information technology knowledge, and also we have to provide them all this kind of knowledge and platform. We have to give the platform to them to just run their activities, and to digitally we can make them very comfortable. Some suggestions are there. We can utilize the knowledge and media sharing digital platforms. I am not saying now everyone is free from the COVID-19 pandemic. However, you can utilize the best platform for the students through their online classes. We can hire some time from the schools, that they're now all the schools, they're having having the digital classes. We can hire some time from the schools, and can have special programs, museum activity groups. We can have 1 year classes, 1 hour classes, or half an hour classes, according to their class, according to their that's schedule, and according to their age group. We can have 7 to 5 classes for the natural history gallery. You can take the natural history gallery tour. For higher students like history and archaeology, you can take 1 hour history and archaeology classes. So accordingly, you have to plan and coordinate with the school how to popularize museum among the school, that we can take in this pandemic period. We can take virtual tours, and already it is popular among all other leading countries, but still we are lacking behind, like in Odisha and other states, we are lacking in virtual tours and using virtual platforms for this kind of educational activities going on in museum. Live audio visual guided tours through own media can be done. Outreach online program for students, that is debate, painting, essay competition, can also be organized. Use of online classes in consultation with the local schools for live guided tour we can organize. Online sale of publications, and if possible launching of e-books can be also done. Supply of digital photographs free of cost of research purpose we can also make. In local level, we can use platforms like Swiggy for sale of books, souvenir, etc. Organization of online periodical digital photo exhibition of the displayed and the result collection, we can make it through the information technology and information technology, using our online and digital platforms. But now it is great for all of us, all the museum professionals now. But now the time now time has come that we all museum professionals should unitedly think for the preservation of cultural properties of all our country as well as the entire mankind in total. A few days back, there is a concept that the people, the museum professional do not want to share or disclose their rich cultural properties before the world. They think that is their own property. Why should they make it open? But they considered it as their precious and priceless possession, which should not be made public. But now there is a wave coming out that knowledge should be disseminated among all. So all the leading museums and cultural hubs started digitizing their cultural valuable and properties and sharing it to the world now. So that more research, so that we can make more researches on that cultural properties. So it is a challenge before all of us.
Sangeeta, point out the mic is stopped, I think.
Ma'am, I think your mic has stopped. मिथुन जरा देखेंगे.
We can have an idea how much objects and how much cultural sites we are having, and how much cultural objects and antiquities we are having in our museum and also globally. Thank you. I have given my own view on this pandemic due to shortage of time, and we are also having few days back, 2 days back, as was there. So we are facing a disaster. That's why I am not able to present very nicely. This is all about my view on museum and the post-COVID and pandemic period.
Still, that was really good, ma'am, and thank you for giving us insight on the devastations that have ravaged Odisha, and how we can utilize our skills and knowledge and share it through digital platforms. We can take any questions if we have any questions.
I am allowing all the guests also to talk. So all the guests, if anybody wants to, put your 2 words, please feel free. Anyone has some questions?
I think Mithun, all their mics are off.
I have requested them to.
Okay.
We can switch on.
Hello.
Hi, Abhijit ji.
Hello, Pratinji. I would like to make a quick comment. First of all, I would express my thanks to the speaker, and the points he has mentioned in order to connect schools and NGOs and to popularize museums among people, I think is very good. Thank you.
It was really, really insightful.
Yeah, any other question? Anybody wants to share anything? Anybody has to give an input? We can discuss about that.
I would only say congratulations to Mantri ma'am. So it's a really wonderful views you have given, and I know that there's a lots of very challenging situation over there in Odisha, and we all pray for everybody. Be safe and take care of yourself or everybody. And definitely we have this series now, so definitely we'll call you again and again to give your views or your experience to share with us. And thank you so much, ma'am, to be here. Thank you so much.
So I think we have come towards the end of this one-day webinar, and still there is so much that is left to talk about, which we think we will hopefully cover in our next session on coming Saturday. So now I would request Mr. Mithun to convey a vote of thanks to all our speakers and the audience. Mithun.
Thank you everyone, for taking this time out and all the efforts put in. So the whole idea of this initiative is to build a community, ताकि म्यूजियम कम्युनिटी के जितने भी लोग हैं वो साथ में जुड़े, एक सिनर्जी पे आए और अपने इश्यूज डिस्कस कर सकें और कुछ सॉल्यूशंस जहां पे भी पॉसिबल है उनको हम इंक्यूबेट कर पाएं तरह तरह से. So I have great thanks and great initiative by Vibhas ji. To be honest, although we were all in the organizing committee, I honestly underestimated, but it turned out absolutely amazing. Great people, great turnout, great speakers, and it can be a great starting point, where all these people, this can become a great community. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, everybody.
And let's meet next week as well.
This is Vivas.
Yeah,
All the
sure.
best wishes.
Thank you, Vibhas ji, for such a pain.
All the best wishes to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Vibhas ji, आपकी mic.
This
Thank you
is
all.
Aswar ji.
Vibhas, please say something.
Vibhas ji, आप mic on करें and say something.
माइक ऑन नहीं है.
आपका mic on नहीं है, Vibhas ji.
स्क्रीन पे लेफ्ट कॉर्नर पे.
Yes.
Vivas ji, आपका माइक ऑन हो.
जस्ट मैं एक ही चीज़ कहना चाह रहा था काफ़ी समय से, लेकिन मैं शेड्यूल के बीच में आना नहीं चाह रहा था. बेसिकली उसको मैं प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच के लेके साथ आना चाह रहा था कि जिस तरीके से अभी हम मेडिकल सिचुएशन में देख रहे हैं कि प्री प्लान तैयारी नहीं थी, तो उसी सिचुएशन के अकॉर्डिंग जो है कल्चरल इंस्टीट्यूशंस के पास भी चैलेंजेस हैं. सपोज दैट अभी बातचीत हो रही थी, संजीव जी सर, ये मंत्री मैडम और रागनी जी ने कहा कि ऑनलाइन एग्जीबिशंस के लिए, बट सारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस जो है ऑनलाइन का प्री डाटा अभी उनके पास है नहीं, कि कम से कम एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म उनको ग्लोबली रखना चाहिए टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज़ करते हुए. जैसे मंत्री मैडम का था कि सजेशन की क्लासेस हो जाए, बट बहुत सारे कलेक्शंस जो हैं आज भी वो जस्ट लाइक एक स्टोरेज और अंडर कवर्ड, तो उन चीज़ों को लाके एक इस टाइप के जब सिचुएशंस हों तो हम अपने डाटा के साथ जो हमारे विजिटर्स हैं, जो आर्ट लवर्ड हैं, उनके सामने हम चीज़ों को रख सकें. मेरा इंडिकेशन है कि प्रॉपर चीज़ें डॉक्यूमेंटेड नहीं हुई है. यदि वो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन का प्रिलिमिनरी डाटा हमारे पास होगा तो देन हम काफ़ी चीज़ प्ले कर सकते हैं. और इस सिचुएशन में भी जो हर आदमी एक चाहता है, आज पेंडेमिक सिचुएशन में जस्ट लाइक पंछी की तरह हम लोग बंद हो गए, अपने घर से बाहर नहीं जा सकते, जस्ट एक बैरियर्स आ गया है. तो उस बैरियर्स में भी जो है हम अपने चीज़ों को म्यूजियम के लिए, कल्चर के लिए, जो जिस ओर देखना चाहते हैं उस ओर देख सकते हैं. तो मेरा तो यही सिचुएशन होगा कि जितने भी प्रोफेशनल्स अदर्स इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं उनके पास चैलेंजेस हैं कि मेडिकल जैसे सांस लेने के लिए आज ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत पड़ रही थी, उसी तरीके से हर चीज की एक नीड है और उस नीड की तभी पूरी हो सकती है कि जैसे मैं म्यूजियम के बारे में सोचता रहता हूँ, कंजर्वेशन के बारे में सोचता रहता हूँ, तो मैं हमेशा चाहूंगा कि कुछ ऐसा चीज मुझे दिखने में मिले और मैं उससे इंटरेक्ट करूँ, लोगों के साथ बात करूँ। ठीक है, समय के अनुसार हम लोग एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे एक जगह नहीं मिल सकते हैं, बट सोशल मीडिया के प्लेटफॉर्म पे मिल सकते हैं और कंटिन्यूएशन में अपने एक्सपीरियंस, प्रॉब्लम्स या किस तरीके से हम लोग सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं, इसकी चीज़ें ऑलरेडी आ गई है। अब चीज़ें जैसे VR की, AV की बातें हो रही है, वो ठीक है, कुछ चीज़ें फील नहीं होगी, बट ये चीज़ तो रहेगा कि हमारे पास हैं वो चीज़ें, उसको हम चैलेंजेस के रूप में और अपॉर्चुनिटी के रूप में यूज़ कर सकते हैं। तो देन हम लोगों को इस सिचुएशन में भी अपनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखनी चाहिए, सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करनी चाहिए और एक दूसरे के जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसको शेयर करके उसमें सॉल्व करने का कोशिश करना चाहिए। That's it. हाँ मिथुन जी।
Thank you, Vibash. So,
Very true, Vibhas ji. Thank you so much.
so I think we should
Yeah,
end
with this,
here.
yeah, let's close. And next Saturday, hopefully, we come up with some even better content. We see a lot of interest in technology, in communication, community preservation. So हर सैटरडे हम कोशिश करेंगे कि कोई अच्छा कंटेंट लेकर आए, be it any subject, and we will try and share knowledge base and also try and incubate the problems. Okay, so whenever, even if you be it a listener or be it the panelist, अगर आप लोगों के पास भी कोई ideas हैं, topics हैं, so please reach us out. Yeah, and let's try and build this community bigger. Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I would also wish all of you to be safe and healthy, and please take maximum precautions. And hopefully, this time will pass very soon, and we will be able to rebuild our lives like earlier. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangeeta. Same to you.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all.